My name is Udi. I have been training at Cutting Edge Fitness for 7 years now. The method was introduced to me by a friend who was already training here. And to give a little background of how I got to this, I've been training with weights and doing aerobics, running, swimming, bicycles, the whole 9 yards for decades, ever since I was a teenager. And it was always a big part of my life. Typically, I would be spending 3 sessions a week, an hour in the gym, and then also running 2, 3 times a week. And that was my life for many, many years until I came here to Cutting Edge Fitness. The thing that originally motivated me here was the promise that I could get good physical conditioning with only 1 or 2 sessions a week of half an hour each. I was very busy, I have a family, I have a job, and the idea that I could get all my exercise in such a short span of time was tremendously attractive, although I have to admit I was skeptical at the beginning. It's worked out fantastically well. Not only is it true that within 1 or 2 sessions a week of half an hour, I get as good and frankly better conditioning than I had gotten ever before, with much more lengthy training in gyms and with running and all that. I find also that it has additional advantages, most notably that I don't get injured. Injury was a big part of training in the gym. Every few months I'd have to pull a shoulder or an elbow or a wrist or an ankle. And ever since I've started training here at Cutting Edge, I have not had a single injury. It's phenomenal because it allows me continuity, and I don't have all the pains and the nuisance of injured joints. I find that a tremendous advantage of this method. But in the end, it's all about well-being. And what I find is that the method here of pushing you slowly, the motions are always slow, and that's what prevents injury. But the trainer with Anne-Marie kind of pushed me towards the limit and going that extra 2% or 3% at the end, just when I think I have zero energy left, and to push that extra couple of inches or that one more rep of the exercise. That little bit at the end is what makes all the difference. And it's very hard to do this by yourself. I find that only with a trainer I can really get that extra last bit. And that is what allows me not only to achieve that conditioning in that compressed time frame, but also to actually achieve muscle tone and strength that I could never get before, even with much more time in the gym. I'll give you an example. I could never get a whole lot more than 20 or 25 push-ups before, no matter how much I trained. Now I can easily exceed that. And again, I attribute that primarily to the methodology here of slowly but consistently, without giving the muscle rest between the reps, and pushing that extra last bit towards the end. It's an ingenious method. I wish I'd known it years before. I'm very glad I found this, and I do this now regularly, like I said, for 7 years. And I plan to continue keeping this part of my routine and part of my life, basically forever.